All right, so what inspired this video today is that I noticed an assumption in our society concerning the intellect of Christians. I noticed that there are some who think that Christians do not critically think concerning their faith, or they just kind of go along with what they've been taught and don't really consider what they actually believe. And I realized that I believe that is a false notion. I don't know about everyone in this experience. I can't speak for everyone who comes into the faith, but I know a lot of good Christians who are great critical thinkers, especially my experience being in a theology school and just interacting with people who believe in various walks of life. And they have given me a lot of thoughts that I haven't gotten anywhere else. Things that I've thought about to help me grow intellectually. And so to kind of categorize and push all Christians into one category of unintelligent is doing a great disservice to what Christians actually believe and how we think. And so I actually want to use this video to give some examples of great Christian thinkers, or not to necessarily go through everything they do and what they think about, but to just give some names. And this video, I'm realizing the more I talk that it's probably going to need more and more installments. So I'll probably keep coming back with more information, more things to add to the discussion, and I'd be glad to hear from what you guys want to add as well. So the first name that comes to mind for me actually is noted Christian apologist William Lane Craig, and his organization Reasonable Faith just constantly deals with issues that people think about. He talks about like everything in society, and he addresses it in a very intellectual way from a Christian perspective, and not a lot of people are paying attention to it. I noticed a few atheists here and there who know about him just in general, but when I'm talking to people in general, a lot of people don't know who he is, even though he is one of the foremost Christian thinkers right now. He's really good. You can watch his debates on YouTube. He's debated Christopher Hitchens. He's debated a few others. He his show Reasonable Faith updates videos of his talks with a friend and his lectures to people on the channel every day, Reasonable Faith, a YouTube channel. So it's really interesting that people deny that they're intelligent Christians, yet they don't look for them. And that's just one example, somebody who I've had a little bit more exposure to, but I actually just give some examples from history and now. I mean, you got Martin Luther King, who was insanely smart. Man, graduated high school early and went to college at the age of 15. When you read his works, if you read any of the literature that he did, just full of philosophy and quotes from people and theologians and Immanuel Kant and etc. Just all over the place. And his literary style is amazing. Insanely intelligent man who is a believer, a Christian. Also, you have uh, James Clerk Maxwell, who was a believer Christian of Presbyterian denomination, I believe, but he formulated the classical uh, theory of electromagnetic radiation. And you don't hear about these things normally because they're not talked about. But at the same time, Christians are being dismissed for not being intelligent, yet no one's talking about these things. We also have, even today, like modern, we have Francis Collins, who was a geneticist who worked on the Human Genome Project, which was completed in 2003. Yet, like I said, this is just an example of someone from today. I'll keep going. Ben Carson, you may know his name, the neurosurgeon, famous neurosurgeon who worked on the Siamese twins operation, who also was in the Republican uh, race for the presidential nominee recently, insanely intelligent man as well. You have Robert J. Marks II, who was Baylor's leading research professor, and he's kind of known as the face of intelligent design today. Um, and it was so profound that even Baylor was trying to remove his information from their system, but he's still there, still working. And it's weird that we don't hear about him. We also have Alvin Platinga, who's a noted professor of philosophy at Notre Dame, prestigious school, academics, really high. And, I bring up all these just to show and just to say that we have a lot of great Christian thinkers, and to dismiss Christians as uh, not critical thinkers or unintelligent would be doing a disservice to our faith. And that's not to say that, like I said at the beginning of the video, that every believer, everyone who's coming to the faith, is as critically thinking as these people. Um, but that does not mean that we do not have critical thinkers. Every group or organization or people out there will have those who don't think well, but that doesn't mean you can just throw everyone into the same category. And so thank you for paying attention to the video. Let me know what you think. Like I said, this is probably just the beginning. I probably will go through a lot more information than this. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you for paying attention.